Listen to me very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will either shake you awake or leave you behind. December 2025 might be the month that breaks you, or it might be the month that builds the strongest version of you that you've ever seen. But right now, if you feel broken, lost, confused, or standing in the middle of your life like everything is falling apart at the seams, then hear my voice, because this message is not an accident. You didn't click this video by chance. You clicked it because something inside you, no matter how small, still believes you can rise, still believes your story isn't over, still believes that if something has the power to break you, then you have the power to rebuild yourself stronger. And I need you to understand something. Being broken is not the end. It is the beginning of transformation. There are moments in life when you feel like the universe has turned its back on you. Moments when everything you trusted collapses. When people you gave pieces of your heart to walk away without looking back. When plans you poured your soul into crumble right in front of your eyes. And in those moments, when the dust settles and you're left standing alone, it's easy to believe that something is wrong with you. It's easy to believe you failed. It's easy to believe you don't have what it takes anymore. But let me tell you something, Denzel would say, ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. And right now, if you're hurting, if you feel broken, if life feels unfair, then you, my friend, are standing at the doorstep of your next evolution. I want you to breathe for a second. Slow down, because you've been running mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You've been trying to keep yourself together with tape and tired prayers. You've been pretending you're fine, acting like the weight on your shoulders isn't crushing your confidence piece by piece. You've been trying to be strong for everyone around you, but inside, you're exhausted. Inside, you're asking questions you never said out loud. Why? Me? Why now? How much more do I have to endure? Will this pain ever end? And I'm here to tell you, you're asking the right questions. Because questions create clarity, and clarity creates transformation. Pain is not the signal to quit. Pain is the signal that something in your life is demanding a higher version of you. Pain is pressure, and pressure creates diamonds. Right now, you may feel like a cracked stone, but let me remind you, stones crack before they reveal what's inside, and what's inside you. Strength, resilience, fire was never meant to stay hidden. You needed this moment. You needed this setback. You needed this heartbreak. You needed this disappointment. Because without it, you would have stayed comfortable, and comfort never changes you. Life doesn't break you because you're weak. Life breaks you because you are meant to wake up. Think about December 2025. Think about where you are in this moment. Think about the version of yourself you were supposed to become this year. Did life go as planned? Probably not. The plans failed. The expectations shattered. The vision changed. But here's the truth. Sometimes life closes a door because you were never meant to walk through it. Sometimes the loss is actually the rescue. Sometimes what you think is the ending is the very doorway into your next chapter. And I know it doesn't feel like it right now. It feels heavy. It feels painful. It feels like you're carrying memories that burn and hopes that died too early. But listen, the version of you that will walk out of this season will not be the same version that walked into it. This brokenness, it's not destroying you, it's sculpting you. It's rebuilding you in a way comfort never could. Right now, you're in the silent part of your story, the part where everything is being rearranged behind the scenes. And silent seasons are the most misunderstood seasons because you don't see progress. You don't feel movement. It feels like stagnation. But this is the phase where roots grow deeper, where character is formed, where strength is sharpened, where faith is tested. This is where you are learning that your survival is no longer enough. Now you must learn how to rise. So hear me when I say, you're not broken. You're becoming. You're not losing. You're being redirected. You're not abandoned. You're being prepared. You're not failing. You're transforming. And if you can hold on just a little longer, if you can breathe through the chaos, if you can keep showing up, keep trying, keep believing, even when everything looks impossible, then December 2025 will not be the month that broke you. It will be the month you finally looked your pain in the eye and said, I'm not done yet. This is your moment. This is your awakening. This is your reminder that the strongest version of you is still in the making. Stay with me, because this is only the beginning. When you're standing in the middle of your brokenness, you start to believe that the pain you feel today is permanent, that the weight on your chest will never lift, that the silence around you will never speak, that the pieces of your heart will never fit back together. But I need you to understand something powerful. Brokenness is not a life sentence, it's a classroom. And every painful moment is teaching you something that comfort never could. You see, people assume strength is built in moments of success, but the truth is far more uncomfortable. Strength is built on the days when you're dragging yourself out of bed with no motivation left. Strength is built on the nights when you cry quietly, hiding your pain from the world. Strength is built in the moments when everything inside you screams to give up, and yet you take one small step anyway. That step isn't just movement, it's a declaration. It's you telling life, I'm still here. Because right now, whether you realize it or not, your brokenness is carving out a deeper version of you. Sharper, wiser, clearer. December 2025 feels heavy. Not because you're weak, but because you're shedding an old identity. You're outgrowing situations that no longer deserve you, people who no longer value you, and versions of yourself that were built for survival, not growth. And here's the truth few people want to face. Growth hurts. Growth will tear apart the comfort you've been living in. Growth will force you to say goodbye to who you used to be. Growth will demand something from you, a commitment, a sacrifice, a level of self-reflection that exposes every flaw you've been trying to cover up. But listen carefully. Brokenness is not exposure meant to shame you. It's exposure meant to free you. Because how can you rebuild stronger if you don't first see the cracks clearly? How can you elevate your life if you won't confront the parts of yourself that are still chained to the past? How can you step into your purpose if you're still carrying the weight of failures that were never meant to define you, only refine you? This is why life breaks you. This is why the pain came. Not because the universe is against you, not because you're cursed, not because you're undeserving, but because there is a version of you that can only emerge after the old one falls apart. And let's be honest, you weren't gonna let go on your own, were you? You weren't gonna walk away from the comfort of familiarity, even if it was slowly destroying you. You weren't gonna leave the people who drained you, even though deep down you knew they weren't meant for your future. You weren't going to break the habits that kept you small, because doing so would require discomfort, and discomfort is something most people avoid, but then life stepped in and said, if you won't move, I will move you. That's what brokenness really is. Forced transformation. You may feel like everything is slipping out of your hands, but I promise you, the things falling away are the things that cannot go where you're going next. You may feel alone, but sometimes solitude is the only place where you can hear your own truth. You may feel betrayed, but betrayal often reveals who was holding you back. You may feel lost, but sometimes losing your path is the only way to discover a better one. And you know what's even more powerful? The fact that you're still listening. The fact that something deep inside you hasn't given up. The fact that you're still fighting, even if the fight is slow, even if the fight is quiet. That's resilience. That's strength. That's purpose speaking through the cracks. But listen, transformation doesn't happen just because you're hurting. Pain is the invitation. Your response is the acceptance. The question you must ask yourself is, what will you do with the pain you're carrying right now? Will you let it harden you, turn your heart cold, make you bitter and afraid to try again? Or will you let it sharpen you, deepen you, and push you toward a version of yourself you never imagined possible? Because you have a choice. Not a choice in what broke you, but a choice in what you become because of it. You can choose to rise. You can choose to heal. You can choose to redefine your life. You can choose to stop letting past pain shape your future decisions. You can choose to stop apologizing for being someone who feels deeply. You can choose to start treating yourself like someone worthy of peace, worthy of love, worthy of success. You can choose to stop replaying the memories that hurt you and start imagining the future that could save you. Every day you wake up is another chance to rebuild. And rebuild slowly if you must. Rebuild quietly if you must. Rebuild imperfectly if you must. Because rebuilding isn't about speed, it's about direction. Moving 1 inch in the right direction beats running miles toward a life that isn't meant for you. So breathe, stand up, collect the pieces, and understand this. You're not rebuilding the old you. You're constructing someone new, someone tougher, someone deeper, someone wiser, someone unshakable. And that journey continues in the next paragraph. Stay with me. There comes a moment in every journey where you stop looking at your broken pieces with fear and start looking at them with intention. A moment where you realize that everything you've survived, every setback, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every silent night where you felt unseen and unheard, was building a kind of strength inside you that people who had an easy life will never understand. And now, right here in December 2025, you're standing on the edge of a chapter that demands courage, clarity, and conviction. Not the kind of courage you show others, but the kind you whisper to yourself in the dark. The courage to move forward even when nothing around you makes sense. The courage to believe you deserve more even when your past suggests otherwise. The courage to rise even when life has knocked you flat more times than you can count. Because here's the truth you must accept. You do not come out of brokenness as the same person, and you were never meant to. Something changes inside you. You begin to see the world differently. You begin to see yourself differently. You begin to separate what matters from what doesn't. Pain creates perspective, and perspective creates power. You realize the things you used to chase no longer have a hold on you. You realize the people who once defined your worth no longer control your direction. You realize the fears that once kept you frozen no longer have permission to dictate your life. But stepping into that new identity isn't easy. You must learn to trust again, not just trust people, but trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your decisions. Trust your ability to rebuild from the ground up. Because life has taught you lessons that comfort could never teach. Life has shown you what you can live without. Life has removed from your path what was secretly sabotaging you. And even though the removal hurt, even though it felt unfair, even though you felt like something was being taken from you, what was really happening was preparation. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned for something better, something higher, something aligned with who you're becoming. And the greatest shift happens the day you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Because brokenness is not random. It's not chaos without purpose. It's a refining fire. It burns away illusions. It burns away ego. It burns away temporary attachments. It burns away everything in your life that isn't strong enough to carry you toward your destiny. And once the burning stops, once the ashes settle, once the smoke clears, you finally see the blueprint. You finally understand why the old version of you couldn't continue. You finally understand why something in your life needed to break, so something greater could be rebuilt. But as you stand on the edge of this new beginning, you must make a decision. Will you let your past define you, or will you let it strengthen you? Will you remain in the rubble, replaying old memories, or will you rise and rewrite your future? Will you keep apologizing for the parts of your story that were painful, or will you embrace them as the foundation of your power? Because the world won't hand you healing, you must claim it. The world won't give you confidence, you must build it. The world won't gift you purpose, you must step into it. Your future doesn't belong to the version of you that was broken. It belongs to the version of you who refused to stay that way. And that version is emerging right now. You can feel it. Something inside you is shifting. Something in you is waking up. The old fears aren't as loud as they used to be. The old doubts don't hold the same weight. The old wounds that once controlled your narrative are slowly becoming scars, reminders of what you survived, not sentences for what you must remain. So stand tall, breathe deeply, lift your head, because you didn't walk through all that pain just to quit. Here, you didn't survive everything you've survived just to stay broken. You didn't crawl through the darkest nights of your life just to give up before sunrise. You are here because your story is still unfolding. You are here because your purpose is bigger than your pain. You are here because life is not finished with you, not yet. Remember this, your future self is calling you forward, not toward who you were, but toward who you're meant to become. Toward a life filled with peace instead of chaos. Toward relationships built on respect instead of convenience. Toward dreams that align with your soul instead of your fears. Toward the version of you that walks with clarity, speaks with purpose, and loves with strength. And everything you've been through, every break, every bruise, every battle is shaping that version of you. You may feel broken today, but brokenness is only the first chapter. The next chapter is rebirth. And the chapter after that is transformation. And the chapter after that is greatness. And now, as this message reaches its final words, I want you to carry this truth with you. You are not done. You are not defeated. You are not defined by the pain. You survived. You are simply in the transition between who you were and who you are meant to be. And when you look back months from now, years from now, you will realize that this moment, this exact December, was the turning point. The moment you stopped breaking and started building. Now, before you go, if this message touched you, if you felt even a single spark inside your heart, don't leave without supporting this channel. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss our next motivational video. Your journey isn't over, and neither is ours. Stay with us, because the next message might be the one that changes everything for you.